Alright, just a quick video comparing Excalibur canister shells to Spud Gun Tater shells, which are just another version of canister shells. If we take a look at them side by side, you can see they are the same size for the most part. Pretty close overall. I'll tell you, the Excalibur does feel a little heavier than the Spud Gun canister shell, so we'll go ahead and weigh those in. But I also wanted to take a look at the tubes. Tubes they come with a plywood base, which I easily knocked off with a hammer, and you can see the bottom. They actually plug these fiberglass tubes with some type of epoxy and dirt. It's just a dirt. So I made a rack for these. I did a 12 shot for the Spud Gun, and I did a 12 shot. I'm still working on the 12 shot for the Excalibur. And for the Excalibur, I went and just used a jigsaw and just cut off the bases. I found it doesn't really need to be perfect or very, very close. Now if I was really doing it right, I'd probably try to grind it down to a complete circle. But they still sit in there pretty easily, so they don't really need to be exactly perfect. One thing also, if I hold the tubes up, you can see when they're right next to each other, there's a bit of a gap in a space. So the tubes aren't exactly 100% straight to begin with, so they'll fit in there fine. Alright, so I'm going to go weigh the two canister shells and see what the difference is in weight. I got my digital scale here, so we're going to go ahead and weigh these. I set it to ounces, so we'll start with the Spud Gun, and it comes in at 4.3 ounces. And yep, the Excalibur is heavier, 5.1, so almost an ounce heavier actually. So there is a pretty decent difference between the weight of these. To finish off the comparison, the Excalibur versus the Spud Gun canister shells, I'm going to shoot 4 of these off. I have 2 Excalibur shells on the right and 2 Spud Gun shells on the left. And for the first 2, both of these are going to be crackling, and so we're going to be able to compare the effect, how far high they go. And for the second 2, I didn't get an exact match, but I got a brocade crown with red and green for the Excalibur and a brocade silver to red, so we should be able to get a pretty good idea of the effects. But I didn't get the colors to match, but we should be seeing red in both of them, so we should be able to get a pretty clear comparison of the two. Alright, it's going to get dark, and then I'm going to shoot these off. Alright, that should wrap up the comparison between the Excalibur and the Spud Gun. From the video, as you could see, the Excalibur did travel quite a bit higher. In fact, I even had a hard time getting both of them in frame at the same time because the Excalibur broke so much higher than the Spud Gun. The problem that I'm having now, and that I'm now realizing, is the effect that's marked on the Excalibur shells on the label does not match what actually happens. From the video, you could see the first Excalibur shell to go was supposed to be a crackle. It wasn't. The Spud Gun was a crackle, so Spud Gun labels seem to be matching up pretty well. Excalibur, on the other hand, I've tested a few more, and lo and behold, I'm almost getting no matches at all. So that's going to make it hard, especially for those who like to match shells, coordinate different types of effects together. You won't be able to do that with the Excalibur. So that's pretty much it. Considering Spud Gun is a lot cheaper, might be a viable option. I guess I'll let you be the judge of that. Let me know which one you like better. That's it.